Hi, everyone. My name is Craig Lowell, Product Marketing Manager at Lumen, and I'd like to walk you through how live broadcasters and video on demand services can use Lumen CDN Mesh Delivery to navigate the growing trend of massive and unpredictable traffic spikes that we've seen in 2020. Lumen CDN Mesh Delivery is a hybrid solution that combines peer to peer with traditional CDN infrastructure to ensure that every user is getting their video content from the best possible source. The start of the video session gets the first segment from the CDN, but as traffic increases and networks become more congested, subsequent segments can be retrieved from other users watching that same stream. What this means not only is that it's much more scalable because the traffic will always be distributed to avoid bandwidth failures, but it can even help improve quality of service as traffic increases. I'm going to repeat that. It can help improve quality of service as traffic increases. How many CDN solutions can say that? To get the benefits of this edge delivery solution, you only need 15 concurrent viewers to reach 50% offload from the CDN onto the mesh network. And as it grows, you can reach up to 75% offload. That can do wonders not only for your CDN bills, but your performance and service offerings as well, because the higher your viewership levels, the better your performance when using CDN Mesh Delivery. Mesh Delivery is also extremely useful when it comes to servicing viewers in different parts of the world without having to invest in physical infrastructure. Despite having some very densely populated areas, emerging markets like APAC and Latin America can still be challenging to break into given the existing infrastructure limitations. But with Mesh Delivery, you can rapidly scale and expand your geographic footprint thanks to all of the users that can peer with one another to share your content. And speaking of rapid scale, CDN Mesh Delivery is easy to integrate. Because it's CDN agnostic and compatible with all the significant video players on the market, you can integrate it into your web workflow in a matter of hours by simply adding a few lines of code or into your mobile platforms with SDKs provided by us. CDN Mesh Delivery offers three primary value drivers: quality, performance, and scale. We've been able to help broadcasters reduce buffering by up to 40% while also achieving higher bit rates on their streaming video. You can distribute up to 75% of your live and VOD content onto the mesh network, which gives you the flexibility to not have to get your bandwidth forecasts exactly right when you're negotiating your commits. And you can expand your delivery capacity in both quantity and scope by up to 10 times the amount of traffic in virtually any geography around the globe. Now let's get into some real life examples that we've seen during the COVID pandemic. We'll start with scalability because this is probably the easiest to understand and visualize. In this case, we're looking at French President Emmanuel Macron's speech on March 16th to announce the stay-at-home orders, as broadcasted by a major television network. The importance of the speech meant that the broadcasters saw even more than 10 times their average viewership, which dwarfed the other spikes that we've seen over the course of the week before and after. This sort of spike puts tremendous pressure on all of your systems that didn't have time to provision for such a huge influx of viewers. And remember, this speech was planned just a few days in advance, so the provisioning team really didn't have any time to prepare. But rather than crumble under the increased demand, or onboard another CDN vendor or renegotiate their commits, they were able to weather it thanks to the traffic being distributed across the peer-to-peer delivery network. Now we move on to performance improvement. One of the biggest benefits of CDN Mesh Delivery is that by sharing video content in a peer-to-peer manner rather than everyone getting it from the CDN, it can alleviate network congestion and actually help improve performance as more people log onto the stream. We saw this in clear detail for Macron's speech in March, as this broadcaster saw similar bandwidth increases of close to 10x above average. In this case, there was about a 67% offload from the CDN onto the mesh network, while their rebuffering ratio dipped considerably at the same time. You see that it was hovering around 0.25% just before viewership started to rise, and as more people logged on, it dropped to around 0.1%, which is about a 60% improvement for this particular stream. Moving beyond just a single video event and a single broadcaster, we see how over the course of time, CDN Mesh Delivery can actually improve the performance for users on the network regardless of whether they have peer-to-peer enabled, because even if they don't, there are fewer other people taking up network bandwidth. This graph shows peak time rebuffering versus normal time across several customers and several large ISPs. We compared 3 large government addresses versus the average traffic levels during the same time period. The data contains users with mesh delivery activated, as well as a control group of devices that did not activate mesh delivery for the sake of comparison. Across 3 of the biggest European ISPs, plus a handful of smaller providers from March through May, we saw fewer rebuffering instances during the peak traffic times compared to times of normal traffic, indicating that overall performance improves as more users stream content via the mesh network. And as you see, one of them even saw a whopping 14% drop in rebuffering during those peak times. Finally, we get into the predictability of delivery costs. Even though we've seen price compression in the CDN industry, total cost, and even cost per viewer, is by no means going down given the increases in the number of viewers, the length of their video sessions, higher bit rates, or expansion into new geographies. And traditional CDN pricing models push the cost for high-quality video delivery onto the provider, thus making it more expensive and adding to the unpredictability of delivery costs from month to month. But CDN Mesh Delivery solves this problem with innovative flat rate pricing models based on the number of concurrent connected viewers or sessions. Decorrelating price from bits delivered enables providers to control their delivery expenditures while offering better QoS at no additional cost. Finally, let's go through some of the value propositions of CDN Mesh Delivery. As we've seen, it can help limit network congestion, resulting in better QoS for you and your audience. Balancing traffic between your CDN and the mesh network, which allows your CDN infrastructure to be more resilient and scalable. You can get more control over your video delivery costs. You can integrate it seamlessly and transparently into your existing video workflow, so there's no need to change anything else on the back end. And you stay transparent and non-invasive for the end users. Thanks so much for watching, and for more information about CDN Mesh Delivery or Lumen's other content delivery solutions, you can reach out to us at content-delivery@lumen.com.